Welcome to Living in Beauty. It's Tuesday, October 2nd, 2018, day 806 on the road, and we're at beautiful Recline Ridge Vineyard in Tappan, British Columbia, near Shuswap Provincial State Park. We crossed the mountains yesterday morning during a substantial snow. So grateful for the volunteer road crew in Golden who took the time to inspect our rig before crossing Rogers Pass. We're well equipped, but it's comforting to have support and confirmation. It's early for snow in this region, but Canadians can handle it, and I'm beginning to learn why. A soothing wind, a healing balm, a tamed beast. So the ancients described power under control. In Canada, it's the thermal springs that bring the mountains and the burly men to their knees. Exploring the highest points in the rugged Canadian Rockies took a toll. Perhaps we overdid it with all the hiking, kayaking, and cycling. We hadn't intended to push ourselves to the limit, but at every turn, another trail appeared beside another shimmering turquoise stream. We're thrashed, but unrepentant. We'd do it again in a heartbeat because Radium Hot Springs. From Banff, we limped down into the Columbia River Valley with what my nurse sister Deborah diagnosed as a bad case of the mid-60s. Never call a nurse when she's expecting a new grandchild. No sympathy. Cold wind and old wounds. Jim and I both have a bum-left shoulder from 17 years of bookstore work, and Banff's icy fingers dug deep into scar tissue from our 1985 cycling accident. But after 2 weeks of relaxing spa treatment and self-care, we're good as new, rejuvenated, and feeling even stronger than when we crossed into Canada in July. We've just wrapped up a relaxing, therapeutic 2 weeks at the Canyon Resort on Sinclair Creek in the village of Radium Hot Springs, bordering the Kootenay National Park. There's no shortage of hot springs in British Columbia, and the autumn shoulder season is a great time to sample the pools. We took a day trip to Fairmont Hot Springs, where we were lucky to see a young bear in the treetops enjoying an afternoon nosh on apples and berries. Later in the week, we drove a rather treacherous graveled forestry road to the remote Lucier Hot Springs in White Swan Provincial Park. Only a 10-minute drive from our beautifully landscaped campsite near Sinclair Creek is the charming village of Invermere-on-the-Lake, situated beside the large recreational lake, Windermere. Invermere is the home of Kicking Horse Coffee, a fabulous bakery, a fine German restaurant, a wonderful sausage shop, and the unsurpassed and hospitable Arrowhead Brewing Company. Now backing up a little, when we left Banff in the ice and snow, we spent 5 hours driving the 80-mile scenic drive, enjoying the pullouts and hiking Marble Canyon. As we entered Radium Hot Springs, the landscape popped with emerging fall color. When we got out of the truck, we took off 2 layers of clothing and relaxed into our tranquil canyon home. There we met seasonal residents from the Carolinas to California, and the canyon is a favorite weekend hideaway for Albertans. Call it the Palm Springs of the Rockies. The mild climate in the Columbia River drainage basin between the Rocky and Purcell ranges is an ideal location to keep a vacation condo, park model, or RV. Yeah, there are more world-class destinations in the Rockies, but with the hot mineral springs, warmer climate, and a cool business district, we think Radium Hot Springs is just right. Every day, we sighted more wildlife than throughout the entire 6 weeks we spent in Jasper, Lake Louise, and Banff. Less rugged, dusty, and commercial than some villages in higher elevations, Radium Hot Springs provided a comfortable sanctuary to just simply lay back, relax, and tidy up. Our first full hookup site in several weeks, we used the resources to rinse a couple of pounds of glacier dust from our clothes and spruce up the rig inside and out. Beauty's so clean we could eat supper off the solar panels. From when we arrived till 3 days ago, it was almost Tommy Bahama weather. We spent our evenings outside by the fire and slept with the windows open as the creek serenaded us to sleep. But just like Banff, winter arrived overnight. Yesterday, snowfall was visible on the distant mountain tops. Last night, the chill dropped to the low 30s. But thanks to the thermal springs, we're feeling stronger in body and soul and ready to head south and re-enter the US of A. Well, it's about time. We've been here so long that Canadian Tire ads pop up on our Facebook feed. So yes, it's time. Time to gaze once more on the magnificent grandeur of the glorious and free true north. Time to warm up the beast, hitch up Beauty, set the GPS for a southern latitude, and get the 432 out of here. But first, we'd like to thank our lovely Canadian hosts, Darwin and Andrea, and their wonderful children, Jennifer, Justin, and Ginger. Also, we're grateful to Doug and Laura, Karen and Ken. Thank you, dear friends, for your gracious hospitality, advice, and tips. And happy Thanksgiving. But not so fast. A nice perk of the 432 is the long, slow goodbye. Depending on which way the wind blows and if the elements are hospitable, we'll visit other thermal springs along the way, and perhaps a winery or two, and maybe even watch a salmon run. Also, before crossing the border, we'd like to meet our new friends and Living in Beauty followers, Patty and Paul. But one thing we know for sure is that we will miss our sweet, hot, warm, comfy, cozy, soaky digs in Radium. Thank you for joining us at Living in Beauty. If you like this post and want to be notified when a new one is released, please enter your email address and click the follow button at the bottom of this page. Okay, that's it for now. Have a great week.